Hi everyone, and today we'll be learning about appointments. This is part 1 of our appointment series where we'll be talking about the appointment ledger. This ledger is like your appointment book. Let me show you how to get there. So first we're going to go to our action bar, and in our action bar we see a black box with an orange clock. That is how we reach our appointment ledger. So let's left click on that box and arrive at our appointment ledger. Now what you'll notice is that in your appointment ledger, you immediately see some very colorful columns. These represent your different clinics. These replace the books that you currently have. There are 3 clinics here right now, but this is a practice environment. So if you want to ensure that your clinic is reflected, let our trainers know and we'll make sure it's there when you are going live and using the system in the hospital. Let us look at the different parts of the appointment ledger. So first you have your rota area. This is where your colorful columns are. In this rota area, you can see all the clinics that are happening for the day. You can see the title of the clinic. You can see how many patients are booked for the day, and you can see the different persons responsible for each clinic. So let's use my practice rota as an example. When I take my mouse and I move it over the practice rota, I do a left click and I can see more information. I can see where this clinic might be getting held. In this case, it's cubicle 1, room 01. I can also see how many appointments I have booked. In this case, it's 2 appointments. And I can also see when this rota was created. These rotas are living and customizable. What that means is that you can decide what you want your clinic to look like. For example, if you can't see more than 30 patients in your clinic for the day, we can customize the rota to only allow 30 patients to be booked. If it is that you're flexible where you can see more patients if it is an emergency, we can allow overbooking but only by certain persons. If you're not available to see a patient at a particular time slot, we can block those slots so that patients aren't inadvertently booked to be seen at that time. Another thing that you might notice about the ledger is that we can even label different slots. So on my rota, you'll see that a slot is just a slot, but in renal units rota, you see they have slots labeled dialysis, and in physiotherapy's rota, they have some generic slots, and they also have physio NP 4 and 2. So you can label slots as you desire as well. Now let's go back to our calendar. So in our calendar, we can see the ledger on different days. We can also see if a day is blocked out completely. For example, today we see the 29th is booked out because that is a public holiday. Any number that you see in X is because it's in the past. How you look through different months using your calendar is by looking where you have March 2024. You can left click on that area and it will give you a drop down of the different months and years. If you're on a particular date, that date will be purple. There's some other features below, but right now I just wanted to focus on mastering these appointment ledger basics. So let's cover what we've learned so far. So far we've learned how to get to our appointment ledger by selecting the appointments icon in our action bar. We've also learned what a rota is in the appointment ledger. It's delineated by 1, color, but also by title. We have learned how to look through different days in our appointment ledger using our calendar. And we've also learned to differentiate between different types of slots. Thank you very much for listening, and stay tuned for our next video where we'll talk more about how to manage patients during their appointments.